23 awesome facts about India you should know. 1. First rocket of India transported by a bicycle. In 1963, ISRO launched its first ever rocket from a church in Thumba, on the outskirts of modern-day Trivandrum. This rocket was small enough to be transported on a bicycle. It is said that rocket was transported on a bicycle. 2. Chess was invented in India. It is claimed that the game of chess originated in India some 1,500 years ago. It is said to be based on the 7th century war game called Chaturanga that flourished in northwestern India at the time. 3. Coke and Pepsi are used as pesticides in India. In the Chhattisgarh state, which is one of the world's largest rice-producing areas, farmers began to spray their fields with Coke and Pepsi products. Since it was cheaper than traditional pesticides and seemed to work just as well. 4. Mysterious anti-gravity hills in Ladakh. This is the only magnetic hill in India, landmarked by a yellow notice board that spells out instructions and asks you place your car on neutral gear right on the spot marked by white paint. This one will leave you in awe as your car will begin to move uphill on its own. 5. World's only floating post office in Dal Lake in Srinagar. India is not only known for the most significant number of post offices in the world, but it has its very own floating post office on Dal Lake in Srinagar. 6. Shanishingnapur is village where the houses don't have doors. Attracting over 40,000 devotees each day due to a 300-year-old legend, this village in Maharashtra features establishments without any doors and locks. Its residents sleep soundly as they believe Lord Shani to be the guardian of the town. 7. Image of the Kumbh Mela gathering is visible from space. The Kumbh Mela is a spiritual event held once in 12 years in northern India. In 2011, this religious gathering was so vast that it was visible in space through a satellite. 8. World's highest rail bridge in Jammu. About 35 meters taller than the Eiffel Tower, the arch-shaped Chenab Bridge in Jammu and Kashmir is the world's tallest rail bridge. It stands at the height of 1,178 feet over the river Chenab. 9. Highest cricket ground in the world. India has the highest cricket ground in the world recorded by the Guinness Book. It is situated at a level of 2,144 meters above sea level in Chail, Himachal Pradesh. 10. Temple of Rats in Rajasthan. Karni Mata Temple in Rajasthan is home to thousands of rats whom pilgrims consider to be their ancestors and worship, making it one of the strangest attractions of India. 11. Largest number of vegetarians in the world. With the majority of the population following Hinduism, around 29% to 40% of the people are vegetarians. 12. The national symbol of India is the endangered Bengal tiger. Thanks to conservation efforts, the population of the Bengal tiger has been slowly increasing, from around 1,800 tigers in 2010, to 2,967 as of 2021. India hosts 70% of the global tiger population. 13. Voting booth for just one voter. Mahant Paratdas, India's most privileged voter, lives in a small village called Banay in the middle of Gir Forest, Gujarat. The democratic spirit of the country goes a long way in speaking decibels as the Election Commission of India sets up a particular polling booth for just one voter. 14. The Skeleton Lake. Popular as the Skeleton Lake or the Mystery Lake, Rupkund Lake in Uttarakhand is infamous for several human skeletons found at the bottom of the lake and in the surrounding area. 15. Third highest amount of billionaires in the world. In 2019, it was estimated that the richest 10% of the Indian population owned around 80.7% of the wealth, and that the top 1% of the population earned 21% of the country's total income. 16. The game Snakes and Ladders originated in India. The board game Snakes and Ladders originally came from ancient India. The game was known back then as Mukshapat or Mokshapatamu. It's believed that it was played as early as 2nd century BC, although it's not known exactly who invented the game. The squares where the ladders start were originally supposed to represent virtue, and the squares that had the head of a snake were supposed to represent evil. 17. 70% of the world's spices come from India. A spice is a plant substance that is mainly used for coloring food or making it more flavorful. Today, about 70% of the world's spices come from India. India uses plenty of spices throughout the country for their mouth-watering curry recipes, which is probably part of the reason this cuisine has become so popular across the world. 18. The city of Varanasi is believed to be one of the oldest living cities in the world. With a population of over 1 million people, Varanasi dates back to 11 BC. Found along the river are over 2,000 temples, including the famous Golden Temple. India's oldest city sits on the Ganges River, where Hindu pilgrims travel to bathe in the sacred water and to perform traditional funerals. 19. The wettest inhabited place on Earth. The state of Meghalaya is found in northeast India, and is home to the wettest inhabited place on Earth. The village of Mawsynram has an average rainfall of around 470 inches of rain every year. That works out at nearly 33 millimeters of rain per day. It is so wet here, that the people who work outdoors tend to wear full-body umbrellas made from banana leaf and bamboo. 20. Chenab Bridge is the highest rail bridge in the world. The jaw-dropping bridge spanning the Chenab River in Jammu is 1,178 feet above the water. 21. The powerhouse of Indian Railways. Indian Railways is one of the top employers on the planet. Each day roughly 23 million passengers are transported on this extensive network. With a staggering 1.4 million employees, India's state-owned railway network operates a huge, extensive network that extends across the country for hundreds of thousands of miles. 22. India was the first country to mine diamonds. From the 4th century BC for around 1,000 years, India was the only source of diamonds in the world. The original diamonds were found in the Krishna River Delta. In the 18th century, more diamond deposits were discovered in Brazil, and soon after, in South Africa, adding to the market of diamonds. 23. Newspapers to millions. India is the second largest market of newspapers in the world, over 100,000 publications and 1,300 million readers.